Hey gang, Darryl Davis coming here to talk about designing a life worth smiling about. So, I want to talk to you about life doing what life does. Now, it sounds like Forrest Gump. Anyway, I found this study done on the internet about these couple of scientists who did what was called the longevity project. What they did is they tracked a group of participants and followed them through their whole life to see if there were right and wrong choices, if there was some kind of formula to designing the perfect life. And here's what they discovered. They discovered that there is no perfect life, that there is no common denominator that's going to make a human being's life perfect. You know, if you look at some of the people that you know, there might be some people that are very successful in business, but there's an area in their life, maybe with family, that they're deficient, or vice versa, very strong in family relationships, but maybe not as good as business. I know some people who are really attractive looking people and they're mentally deficient. So if this is true, that there is no perfect life, what do we do with this? Well, I'm not saying that we don't try to strive to have a good, nurturing life. We should, when we have breakdowns, figure out how we can have a breakthrough. I'm not saying that we don't improve who we are as human beings, but the problem, I think, where we trip ourselves up, when we have a problem, when we have a challenge that shows up in our life, that we look at it and we beat ourselves up about it. We stress about it. We get upset about it. We think that it shouldn't be this way, or why is this happening to me? And some even go to the place of being a victim about it. I suggest that, number one, that life is doing what life does, meaning that you can't have the highs without the lows. You can't have the breakthroughs without the breakdowns. And that the problem is never the problem, but it's how we deal with that problem. It's how we think of that problem. It's our relationship with that problem. And I think what might really help us is that when we have a problem or a challenge, that we understand, and we have that little saying inside of our head that says, well, you know what? Life is doing what life does. This is just part of life. That you're going to have these challenges, you're going to have these upsets, you're going to have those adversities. But don't have that adversity, that challenge, or that problem mess you up too much. Focus on your attitude about it. Embrace it, accept that this is just part of life. Life is just doing what life does. So, hope this helped you. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget that expression. And most important, keep smiling. Okay.